It was an accident, actually. So, I was...
like all great CIA and nuke careers. Fuck, it was an accident.
It's one of those things, man. When you're just trying to escape discomfort, you end up doing some cool shit sometimes. But I'm sitting under the ground. I'm sitting underground, not with a cutie, not, getting a blowjob to pass the time.
So did you have, it's a bunker 10? It's a topside 5, but a bunker 10. Did you have a rating system like that?
We called them Falcon goggles.
That's fucking great. God, I love it. Fucking military. Nothing changes.
But yeah, so, I'm underground watching and waiting for the end of the world to come. So when the time came to leave, Air Force asked for volunteers. My hand was the first one up. Malmstrom Air Force Base, first hand up, first person in line to leave, or second person in line to leave early out of Malmstrom, because they were force shaping for Iraq and Afghanistan. And I signed my paperwork. I'm free in 90 days. And I remember the staff sergeant or whatever was like, "What are you going to do? Like, you're going to go work in corporate America? You're going to go get a job?" I was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do." I hadn't thought that far. I just knew I wanted the fuck out of here. I didn't really know what I wanted to do next. So I start looking, like most military people do, for other government jobs. Because one thing I know is the government, and I have zero idea how any of my skills are applicable to 7-Eleven or CVS Health or, whatever company was out there at the time. So I come across the Peace Corps. I come across AmeriCorps and the Peace Corps. AmeriCorps sounds cool. Travel around America, go to inner city schools, rural schools, teach kids. That sounds cool. Like, that's way better than destroying the planet. Peace Corps, you go around the world and you live in tents with hippie chicks from the United States and all other countries of the world. Now that sounds like we're a place where you can chase tail and change the world. So I'm all in on Peace Corps. Sign up for, go make my applicant online platform or whatever the hell it's called, portal. Get on the early days of a computer, back when you had computer labs, before everybody had their own personal computer. So I'm no shit putting in my application for the Peace Corps, and a red screen pops up that says, "Hey, you may be qualified for other national security jobs, or you may qualify for other jobs based on your answers. Are you willing to put your application on hold for 72 hours while a recruiter reaches out to you?" I'm 27 years old. It's not the Air Force. So I'm like, shit, yeah, I'll put myself on hold. So I put my little hold button. 24 hours later, I get a phone call, 703 area code, which I didn't realize at the time was important, but that's the Langley, Virginia area code. And on the other end of the line, some lady is like, "Hey, are you Andrew Bustamante, or are you Andrew Gregg?" My name before CIA. "Are you Andrew Gregg? We saw your application for the Peace Corps. We think that you're qualified for other jobs in national security. Would you be interested in an interview?" So sure. And that's how it started. And then from there, I got a FedEx overnight ticket, FedEx overnight hotel reservation, FedEx overnight car rental, went up to Langley, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and found out that the national security element that was interested in me was actually CIA.
So it was quick. It wasn't, I've had a few agency guys on here, and it was a long, drawn-out process for all of them. It sounds like yours was pretty fast-tracked.
The first interview, once you're in the application process, that shit takes forever.
Okay.
Right? So I would say from the time that I applied to the time that I got the phone call was less than 72 hours, less than 30 days before I got all of the FedEx stuff for my appointment. And then actually took off and had my first interview. And yeah, from that point, I was still lightning fast compared to most CIA officers. Yeah. From first interview to actual orientation, I was about 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Where most people are 18 to 24.
Yeah.
But it was because I didn't have any of that clearance time. My clearance was already locked in place. Yeah. And I was, a brown kid from the Air Force Academy. I'd only ever had one job, and that's the Air Force, outside of being a busboy in a fucking, golf shack. But
not a lot of background check to do.
And everything was already on Air Force records. So finding out about me was quick.